In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on June 15, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Colorado Rockies versus Atlanta Braves. The MLB weekend comes to a close with a National League matchup as the Atlanta Braves aim for a series sweep against the struggling Colorado Rockies. Atlanta has thoroughly dominated the first 2 contests, outscoring Colorado by a combined score of 16-5. The Braves have been solid at home with a 19-14 record, while the Rockies have been abysmal on the road, managing just a 6-30 record. Colorado will send Austin Gomber to the mound, who is just coming off the injured list, but there is little reason to trust this pitching staff as a whole. On the other side, Atlanta is starting its ace, Chris Sale, who has been on an incredible run, allowing 1 earned run or less in 5 consecutive starts. Given that dominance, Sale should have no trouble delivering another great performance, while the powerful Atlanta lineup continues to inflict damage. Simply put, the Braves are by far the superior team in this matchup, even if they've had some minor struggles along the way. While a pitcher like Grant Holmes might not justify laying such a heavy price, the reality is that the Rockies have shown no signs of life offensively for most of the season. Their lineup is stuck in a deep slump, and there's no indication that they are about to break out of it. Until Colorado can prove they can compete, the only logical move is to bet against them. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Braves to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. There are plenty of reasons to expect a high-scoring game, starting with the Rockies' pitching situation. Austin Gomber may be on a limited pitch count in this game, given that this is his first start of the season. The entire Colorado pitching staff, which showed some signs of confidence earlier in the month, has completely fallen apart recently. They have been shelled for an astonishing 55 runs over their last 6 games, a clear sign of their regression. To make matters worse, their bullpen has been unreliable, carrying a high 4.7 earned run average. The Braves pitching staff isn't without its own issues, which further supports the case for a lot of runs being scored. Atlanta's bullpen has been a problem area, and the team surrendered 28 runs in their last 5 home games leading into Saturday's contest. While the Braves might give up a few runs, most of the offense in this game is expected to come from their bats. They have feasted on Rockies pitching this season, averaging 6.8 runs per game. Trends also point to a high-scoring affair, as the over is 4-0-1 in the Rockies' last 5 games. All signs point to plenty of action on the scoreboard. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Rays versus New York Mets. On Sunday, the Tampa Bay Rays will travel to Citi Field to take on the New York Mets in what projects to be a tightly contested game. When you look at the starting pitchers based on their home and road splits, they appear to be on similar footing. Tampa Bay's Shane Baz has a 1-1 record with a 4.4 earned run average in his 5 road starts, with opponents hitting .255 against him over 28.2 innings. For the Mets, Griffin Canning has been comparable at home, hosting a 2-1 record with a 3.94 earned run average and a 1.41 WHIP across his 7 starts at Citi Field. Beyond the starters, both teams feature elite bullpens that are nearly identical in performance, with Tampa Bay's relievers ranking 3rd in MLB with a 3.08 earned run average, and New York's right behind them in 2nd place at 3.03. The deciding factor could be the recent history between these clubs, as the Rays have won the last 5 meetings against the Mets. As our first pick for this matchup, the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. Looking at their more recent form, both starting pitchers have shown some vulnerability. Over his last 7 starts, Shane Baz has had a tough time, going 2-2 with a high 6.06 earned run average and a 1.51 WHIP in 35.2 innings. Griffin Canning has also been a bit shaky, putting up a 2-1 record with a 3.78 earned run average and a 1.32 WHIP in his last 33.1 innings. The offenses also appear poised to contribute to the scoreboard. Both teams have been getting on on base effectively over the past week. The Rays ranked 13th in the league with a .335 team on base percentage, while the Mets have been even better, ranking 5th with a .359 OBP with runners likely to be on the base paths. And the over having hit in the last 3 games between these two teams, there's good reason to expect another high-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Twins versus Houston Astros. The Minnesota Twins and Houston Astros will conclude their 3-game series on Sunday afternoon from Dakin Park. Houston has had Minnesota's number recently, taking 4 of the last 5 contests between the two clubs. The Twins have also found it difficult to win on the road when they aren't favored, posting a lackluster 7-14 record in those situations this season. The two teams seem to be heading in opposite directions on the mound, with Minnesota's pitching staff battling injuries and showing a noticeable decline in performance. In contrast, Houston's arms have been rounding into form, looking as sharp as they have all year. There might be times when backing the Twins makes sense, but they are a notoriously streaky team. When their offense goes cold, it becomes completely frozen, like a block of ice that offers no hope of thawing out. Minnesota is turning to Simon Woods Richardson, who did not look particularly sharp in his recent return to the rotation. Expecting him to fare any better against a potent Astros lineup in a hostile environment is a tall order. Houston simply presents too many challenges for a slumping team with a questionable starter on the hill. As our first pick for this matchup, the Houston Astros money line is our full game side pick. The total has been trending upward in Minnesota's recent games, with the over hitting in 7 of their last 9 contests. This matchup has all the makings of a high-scoring affair, much like the series opener where Houston's offense did most of the heavy lifting to push the game past the total. The primary reason for this outlook is the steady decline of the Twins' pitching staff. Their recent struggles are not a fluke, and it's unrealistic to expect a sudden turnaround overnight. While Houston's bats were held in check yesterday, a bounce-back performance feels inevitable against a pitching staff that remains highly unreliable and vulnerable. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Athletics versus Kansas City Royals. On Sunday, the Athletics will take on the Kansas City Royals at Kauffman Stadium. While the Kansas City Royals have lost both games in this series thus far, they come into this one as the favorite given the home field advantage, as well as rookie starter Noah Cameron being off to a red-hot start in his career. Before the 2 losses in this series, the Royals were 3-0 in their last 3 games played against the A's at home, and with the team having the much more talented roster top to bottom, expect them to turn things around and finish this series with a victory. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Royals money line is our full game side pick. The over is just 4-6 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings between these teams, and while there's been just 14 runs scored thus far in this series, it's safe to say that both teams are capable of much better offense than we saw on Saturday. For the Athletics, the over sits at 5-5 in their last 10 overall games, with 5 runs per game scored in that time. And for the Royals, the over comes in at 7-3 in their past 10, with 5.5 runs per matchup allowed throughout that stretch, including 10 in this series already. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Cardinals versus Milwaukee Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers will close their series against the St. Louis Cardinals at American Family Field. While the bats on both sides have been comparable recently, the pitching edge favors the Brewers. Milwaukee starter Quinn Priester has been solid with a 2.35 earned run average in his last 7 games, while the Cardinals starter McCullers has a 4.67 earned run average in his last 5 outings. On the back end, the Brewers bullpen has a 3.61 earned run average and .226 opponents batting average in home games, while the Cardinals bullpen has a 4.69 earned run average and .265 batting average against in road games. Milwaukee has taken 3 of the last 4 head-to-head meetings, and St. Louis has also dropped 6 of its last 7 games overall. Milwaukee continues to hit strong at the plate this season, and they've remained patient at the plate. Meanwhile, the Cardinals have struggled with plate consistency, and strikeouts have been a thorn in their side, particularly when they are hitting on the road. Priester has been solid on the mound this season, and he's coming off his highest strikeout game of the season. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. While both of these teams hit well on Saturday, both of these pitchers have been strong on the mound this season, and they've both done a solid job when it comes to limiting home runs and walks. St. Louis has been hitting weaker on the road this season, and with their high strikeout rate, we should expect them to be slow out of the gate here. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.